Stop cold calling and do this strategy and method instead. What is up, guys? Zach in here.
Rick in here.
And in today's video might become a shock for you, but I'm frankly telling you, if you don't want to cold call, don't cold call. And for a lot of you guys out here, you should probably stop cold calling. Now, over the years, I've been one of the biggest proponents for cold calling, but I truly believe a lot of people, they need to stop doing it. And they got to do these other strategies instead, because some people just aren't built for it. And some people that aren't doing and they're doing it and forcing themselves to do it that aren't good at it, or they just refuse to get any better. There's other things you can do besides that. And I think the first and probably the most important part that we're going to talk about today is my first $100,000 in wholesaling real estate was without cold calling. And your first six figures, heck, your first millions was without cold calling at all. And so I want to just kind of open everyone's minds today of how you don't need to be cold calling right now. Guys, everyone knows I love cold calling. I tell everyone to be doing it, but there's just people that they'll cold call for months and months, and they'll put in the hours and they still hate it. And they think, is this just all what wholesaling real estate is? No. Now, do I like cold calling? Yes. Do I think people should at least try it? Of course. But there are more than one ways to do it. And I will frankly tell you, if you're a guy or gal out here that has 3 or 4 hours a week, cold calling is probably not your best strategy. There's other things out here you can be doing to make you rich and make you a lot of money wholesaling real estate. Now, I will tell you all this, and everyone hates when I say the G word, guru, but when people say don't cold call or cold calling sucks, and people love seeing that, right? And they say, well, the actual solution is to go pay this program for $3,000 a month in marketing, right? We're not doing that, right? The reason people get into cold calling is because it's a free lead source to get wholesaling deals. Now, if I'm going to tell you not to do it, I'm going to have to replace it with another free lead source. Most real estate wholesaling gurus tell you to stop doing cold calling. Everyone loves seeing, oh yeah, yeah. And then they hit them with the back thing of like, well, you got to spend about $2,000 a month in this marketing program that my affiliate link to. And it's like, wait, what? And then they're like, oh, I guess I have to cold call then, right? And I think that's the point a lot of wholesalers get stuck in, and that's the guru trap when people tell you not to cold call. What we're going to do is something different. We're going to give you complete strategies without any money at all or low money at all, with no cold calling at all, okay, to get wholesaling real estate deals. And so if that's something exciting to you, we're pumped up. We're excited for that, so you can make wholesaling real estate cash, money, whatever you want to call it. So I want to just let everybody know, first and foremost, we make millions of dollars in wholesaling real estate with zero cold calling. Every year, we will produce millions of dollars of assignment fees without any cold calling at all. Now, cold calling is a part of it, right? But there are other millions of dollars of assignment fees that have no cold calling associated with it at all. And so does that mean, wait, I thought cold calling is everything? It is not everything. It is a way to make money. It's not the whole business, though, okay? It's very important. I'll tell most people that, hey, if you're a scared little pansy, you should probably just try to do it just to break your fear, bring your a lot of people have the confidence to go out here and cold call, though. But like, it's not that, right? If it's the constant grind, there's other things out here too than that, right? And I will argue for a lot of things, and Rick has argued this more than me. I will tell you, cold calling is not the best way to get your first deal. There's multiple ways to get your first deal, but Rick's going to be of the opinion that cold calling is not the best way to get your first deal, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's not wrong. Let's just face it. Some of you aren't made for cold calling. It wasn't in my DNA, so I'm not going to be here in a hypocrite. I told him, like, one thing I don't do in my business, cold calling, and that's one of the first things he jumped on. So I do agree, if you have the personality and you're like gusto and you're just fearless with it, it is if you think efficiently wise, like, you could sit in your pajamas and just call on people all day, obviously with a multi-line dialer with technology today, and it's amazing. Here's the biggest problem I see. The two biggest problems with cold calling is, number one, somebody told you guys you could just outsource it and never do it yourself. If you've fallen victim to this, I would love to give you like a claim number, a 1-800 number, because it's never going to work. think about this. If you were really, if you were hired to do a job and you say you were the marketing director for a company, you never did it before, and you go, yeah, I really don't want to do that job. I'm just going to pay a guy half, a quarter what they're going to pay me. He's going to get amazing results, and I'm just going to make. We'd all do this. The reality is when you outsource cold calling with zero experience, and when I say zero, if you haven't made like 100,000 cold calls, you are going to get killed. Somebody, I don't know who it is, I don't even want to research it, but is selling you guys on, I have a cold calling service for you. You don't know how to manage them. You don't know how to pay them. You don't know how to track it. You don't know how to get them good lists. You don't know what the quantity is going to be. And it's just a disaster to do it that way. And I'm here to tell you, if you're signed up a cold calling and you're outsourcing the whole thing and you're not getting deals, you're going to get killed. I don't know how. You've got to walk a mile in someone's shoes before you teach them how to do it. Zach cut his teeth on it, did it for years before we even considered outsourcing it. And they know all the tricks to the trade, everything that happens. So I want you to, if you're one of these people go, I don't like cold calling, so I'm just going to outsource it. It is an incredible theory. And I have to applaud the guru marketers that sold you guys on it because it has the highest failure ratio in the business. I see it every day. I outsourced it. And what do they say? I just need another month. I need another month. And meanwhile, your outsourcing services, they're dealing with thousands of other wholesalers. You're never going to get the time of day. Guys, if you're going to do cold calling, I give you all the credit in the world. Do it yourself. And then once you get at least 10 deals under your belt, then look to outsource it. Any other way is a complete recipe for failure. That's my opinion. That's my statement on cold calling.
It's true. And so let's give a little precursor here before we kind of get into the important stuff here. If you're watching this right now to avoid working hard, okay, oh, I don't have to cold call. Cold call is hard work. Let me get this other strategy that's I click a button and get leave right now. I want everyone to, if you're watching this because you think, oh, there's a little like no money. I don't want to spend any money. I don't want to really take any hours into this business, and I don't want to cold call and I want to get a lot of leads. This is not for you. Okay. If you don't want to work hard, leave now. All right. Because with anything in wholesaling, do texting or whatever other method there is, it requires consistency. It requires you to work hard, actually use your brain, and be smart. Like if you're watching this because you want to not work hard in wholesaling, like this is not the channel for you. Go pay a mentor $6,000, hop on a coaching call and make them feel good, and then give them $4,000 a month for the marketing program team, and then fail, have the guru say you didn't work hard enough, and then come back to me, right? Whatever you want. But you're going to have to still work hard with these methods. You're going to actually have to put in effort. You're still going to have to track your numbers, right? I think a lot of people like not cold calling because they can feel in their mind that they don't have to track their numbers. It's ridiculous. It's just, oh, well, yeah, when people cold call, I ask how many calls you make, and it's a very good indicative thing of how well you're doing. Well, if you're texting, if you're door knocking, it's like how many doors do you door knock, right? It doesn't mean you can avoid the accountability part in wholesaling because you still need that accountability. So if you're watching this and you want to avoid accountability, you want to be a lazy Gen Z guy or gal, just get out of here. Go pay your guru $5,000 and make you feel good about yourself. 20% of that goes to the sales guy that closes you, by the way, and go ahead and do it, right? But like I'm just telling you, you're going to have to work hard with this method. And so if we can weed out the lazy bums, we're ready to go. And the people actually want to make money quick, but want to work hard, we're ready to go. So the first thing we got to talk about here is there's two types of marketing and wholesaling, all right? There's inbound marketing and outbound marketing, right? When we talk about wholesaling, right, we're mostly in the cold calling space, outbound, right? It's like me going out on a boat and actually searching for the fish I see, then go attacking it, right? Versus inbound, if we're fishing, we kind of have a bobber. We got the little bait out there. We're waiting for it to hit, and then it comes to us, right? Mm-hmm. Chasing after it versus it coming to us, right? Inbound marketing, and I will tell you this a million ways, is way better than outbound marketing, okay? Cold call is outbound. Inbound leads are the best leads you can possibly get. They're leads that come to you, right? And so a lot of people got to understand that these are the two methods. Now, inbound marketing, most inbound marketing strategies you have to pay for, okay? Most outbound marketing strategies are free. So outbound marketing is a lot more effort, because you don't have the money to pay, right? In wholesaling real estate, we have 2 resources. That's it. Okay, we have 2 resources. We have time and we have money. This is it. We have time and money. Now, if you don't have a lot of time, you can put money in this business and get deals. If you don't have any money, you got to pour in extra time and you can get wholesaling deals. It's a yin yang. And so if you have no money, you got to have time. If you have no time, you're going to have some money. Here's the issue. When you have no time and no money, that's the only killer in wholesaling, right? It's the magic question I always get asked from, a Sabrina who's 18 years old, who is in beauty school, and she tells me via DM, Zach, how can I only work 1 hour a week in wholesaling and make $30,000? Also, I have no money. It's like, but here's the problem, Sabrina. We got Emily over here. She's going to put 15 hours a week into reverse trying for dollars and run laps around you because she knows she can't just put an hour a week into this thing, right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to me.
It's, I at some point, I'm actually, when we do a live stream on it or just a simple video, doing a graph where it factors in a wholesaler's time, money, and experience. And as your experience goes up, your actually time's going to drop down. And a lot of you thinking, well, you'll make more money with more experience, but you don't need as much money as you think. Because remember, the marketing should pay for itself. And I'm here to tell you, a lot of people get into wholesaling, especially those of you that write these big checks to the guru. You think that you're like on the easy button. It's going to be the biggest wake up call for you. It doesn't matter how much money you have in wholesaling. There's no guru, there's no coach, there's no mentor, whatever you want to call them. They're never going to do the work for you. I guarantee you that. Because like, if you wanted to partner up with me and go, hey, Rick, I want to do this. Even if you paid me $100,000, I wouldn't do it because I have to do thousands of hours for work for you. And it's not going to make sense. So at some point, I'll draw a graph and show you how the relationship between time, money, and experience in wholesaling. And most of you have it wrong. Like you got to push no matter what in the beginning, when you don't have experience, I don't care how much money you have or how much you put in this business, you can't avoid the time factor. You've got to put it in. Have you done anything? Have you learned to ride a bike, played an instrument, played a sports? If you haven't put in 1,000 hours, you haven't even started yet. And it's no different in wholesaling, but somehow you guys buy into this pitch from gurus that I can make you money like overnight. You can make money quickly, but you're going to have to put in the effort and the consistency. And it's crazy. So I've had people start in 1 week, get a monstrous deal. And I've had people work a year to get that one deal. Different factors, guys. There's different markets. There's different work ethics. There's different ability and time. And that's what goes in. And when you guys ask for everyone else's experience, did you do good with this? The question is, what did you do? Well, how much effort did you put in it? I do love cold calling. And most of you fall in cold calling because you feel like it's your only option. If that's what you got to do, just dig out of the hole and get it done. Cold calling still works. Is it easy? Absolutely not. It is not like a gift. And those of you go, Rick, I made 15, 20 calls and it was hard. You probably shouldn't be cold calling because that's like a warm up at breakfast. That would be your warm up before you took your first sip of coffee, in my opinion. Call me back when you make 100,000 cold calls and then complain to me because you won't. You'll be so good by then. We won't even have the conversation, right?
I agree. And like I get those DMs all the time, but my favorite ones are the jacked dudes because I'll get a jacked guy on Instagram, 6-pack, like just insane, right?
Beautiful.
Benching 500 pounds, and he DMs me and says, Zach, how do I get rich? I only have 2 hours a week. And then I literally reply back and say, how can I get a 6-pack if I only want to work out 1 hour a week? And I want to bench 500 pounds. And he says, that's not possible. I'm like, why not? He's like, you just can't. You gotta consistently go to the gym. I'm like, oh, shocker. That I did the reverse Uno card. Reverse. Same thing in wholesaling, right? Like it doesn't work like that. It's always funny. So
it's like the course you buy, a 7-minute abs low. Can I buy it with 7? You can buy it. You ain't getting it though. And that's what happens in wholesaling a lot is that the marketing is so good. You know what the number one skill set of a wholesaler is, right? It's marketing. So it leads to lead that you guys get misled to think wholesaling super easy. So we're talking about specifically cold calling. I give credit to you guys that just hammer away on cold calling.
That's me. That was me.
And there's people like there's a person who just I'm cold calling until you take the phone away from me. And then the other person like, how many cold calls do I have to make? I made 15. I got chewed out. What do I do? Stop it. It's not going to work. Here's the truth, guys. I went 15 years without ever making a cold call. Honestly, I was just stupid and ignorant. If I learned that skill set, I would have made a lot more money. But here we are. 15 years, I still made it. So if you don't want a cold call, if you put a stake in the ground and go, I don't want to do it, this live stream is for you.
Let's break this all down. So the first one, and the one you probably heard me say the most of, is going to be reverse trying for dollars. Now, we're talking about inbound versus outbound marketing, right? And the cool part about reverse trying for dollars is we just find ugly houses. It's like trying for dollars. We can get or we can just kind of do it the other way, right? Where we get a list of, let's say, pre-foreclosures. I love pre-foreclosures. Let me give you an example. Pre-foreclosures is a list of people not paying their mortgage payments. Mm-hmm. When you don't pay your mortgage payments, you're probably not paying your credit card. You're probably not paying all these things. You get into debt and you get all these loan sharks. You get these financial services companies. You get all these lists. You get realtors cold calling out. You get these. If you're in a pre-foreclosure situation, which I've never been, but I've hung out with sellers that do, they get like 5, 6, 7, 8 calls an hour. It's crazy.
It is insane.
They're wholesalers. They're loan people. It's all these things, right? Bankruptcy lawyers I've seen. Like it's crazy, and half illegal too for them to do that. It's crazy to me. And so what these people do is usually they're just like, I just don't answer the phones unless it's off some of my contacts. I don't answer them. But they're on their phone all the time, right? And so it's a huge swath of these motivated sellers that like everyone tries cold calling them, they never answer, and no one gets in front of them. And so what you can do is either text them, because they always answer texts, or you can just put a sticky note on their house, write something like, hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about your property. And they'll call. I promise you they'll call you. They're like, who is this guy, right? You know, is this my long lost lover, Sheila, from high school? Like that. They're like, oh, who could this be, right? And the really cool part about this is most people aren't willing to do it. If you are going to go, let's say, send some direct mail to a pre-foreclosure, that'll cost you about, let's say you put 100 out in a day. It'll probably cost you $100 a day in marketing, 36 grand a year, $3 grand a month. But you can literally do it for free. $1 for 500 sticky notes at the dollar store. Literally, you do that, you can make so much money. And so I've been a big proponent of this, and me and Rick are still the only people on YouTube to talk about this method, because if you have no money and you don't get inbound leads, this is the best one out here. And let me give you a cool example, guys. You don't like cold calling because you hate sitting in a chair, calling for 5 hours. You could literally just put your AirPods in, put on whatever music you want, jam out, and just put sticky notes on houses. And you get to relax, right? And you get to be in the comfort of your AC, walk out, put it on the door, and leave. Now, door knocking used to be a lot bigger when I started out in wholesaling. The problem is everyone's got their Ring doorbells now. So door knocking, you can't really do it too much anymore. Just put a sticky. There's someone on the Ring camera can say, stop, don't put that there. You just, boop, put it there and leave, right?
Yeah.
Someone comes up to you and says, what are you doing here? Where do you put a sticky note on my house? Oh, hey, actually, my partner gave me a list of properties that he was looking to buy, and he wanted me to put this note on your door. Why you put a note on my door? He was just looking to buy some houses. Why did you want to buy my house? You got to ask him. I mean, he likes flipping houses. He likes buying them for rentals. He likes to do them for a while. His name's Rick. His number's on the sticky note here. He tells me to go put them out, and I put them out.
Good cop, bad cop.
Right? And it's just, here's the thing. They can't yell at you because it's not you. It's Rick, the mean guy. He's the guy you should be mad at. Well, give him a call on your phone number, right?
I'm just the messenger of the employee.
I got my headphones in, right? And it's like, no one's going to be too mad about that, right?
Yeah.
And so people like to be mad at the person responsible. You're not the person responsible, right? And so I love reverse rank for dollars. Most people, they don't know what they are. It's a great method. At freewheelsing.com, we teach you how to do this. It's a good one because you put 100 sticky notes out, and then guess what they do? They call you.
Yeah.
So there's no skip tracing. There's none of this stupid stuff. And they call you, and they say something like, hey, I just got a sticky note on this on my door. What's going on? Oh, hey, my name's Zach. And we actually put a sticky note out on your door because we might be looking to buy some houses in the area, and we're just seeing if you're looking to buy it. Well, why did you put a sticky note on my door? Because they think you're targeting them, right? They go, no. hey, we just like the area. I love the part of Eastern Houston. That's where we own a lot of rental properties. If you do, say it, right? Or your partner does it, just say it. And we're looking to acquire any more. We like the area and we're looking to do that, right? We don't want to buy with a realtor. I don't know. My house needs a lot of work. And then you just kind of get in that air. It's a lot easier conversation. And then guess what? They call you and say, no, I actually am not looking to sell my house. Well, okay. Well, guess what? If the event that you actually are looking to sell your house, keep my sticky note. Just keep it there. And if you ever want to sell, I might want in the future because they're in a pre-foreclosure. They're going to have your sticky note in their pocket or on their fridge door, just like a postcard. Here's the problem. When you cold call a seller, no, I don't want to sell my house. Boop. They don't keep your number. You kidding me?
Yeah.
But guess what? They know they want to sell in the future, but they're still trying to get their HELOC or whatever. They're going to keep that sticky note, just like a postcard. And when it's time for them to do it, they're going to call you. That's the power of inbound marketing.
You know what my line used to be in 2003? It's so bad. Remember, guys, a lot of times when you start out, it's just going through the mechanics and you'll get deals. But here's how bad it was. I used to knock on the door and people in pre-foreclosure and go, listen, I can't help but notice the impending problem on your property. And more, like you're ready to duck, bob, weave. I've had stuff hurled at me. I've had dogs chase me. It is not a good strategy. I was fearless. Somebody taught me it and we've progressed. So now with the advent of Ring doorbells, you don't want to be confrontational with people. It's easy. So let me ask that. If you're putting a note on a door and somebody says, listen, no, I'm actually interested in selling my house. I'm actually in foreclosure. I'm kind of embarrassed. Can you help me out? What do you say then?
Maybe.
Yeah. But the thing is, you have the skill sets because you're putting out note. You can actually engage a conversation right there because there's no better than the present time. But most of the time they're like, who are you? What are you doing? How dare you put this on my door? I go, listen, dude, I'm just doing what my boss told me to do. I'm putting out, flyers. I'm putting sticky notes on the doors. So you can walk away from confrontation. I didn't learn that lesson the hard way. I had a massive confrontation. And I'm telling you, in today's age, the sticky notes gives you so many options. You can engage people that are open to talking to you. You can get away from people and you can leave notes. Listen, the whole idea is curiosity. The whole purpose of marketing is what? It is to engage your prospect by any legal means necessary. I didn't put on call me back, you're getting $1,000. It was perfect. Call me, I got a quick question. Do you have a quick question? I do have a question. And that's the art of marketing. That's why sticky notes work so well.
We love sticky notes. And I'm telling you, cold calling works, but you don't have to. All right. I think it's the thing we got to talk about here. Now, the next one here is SMS text blasting. Now, I love SMS text blasting. And I'll tell you, if you want to get some deals, SMS is not a bad way to do it. Now, there still is services that do it. We like smsac.com if you want to start blasting and use a software for it. The opt-out language is getting a little different on here, right? It is getting a lot tougher to SMS text blast, but it is a great strategy for you to be considering, right? You can still go to smsac.com, do it. It is a strategy. Now, for most people, right, you got to drop some money in SMS text blasting to do it on a higher level, cold calling, direct mail, things like that. It is an option. Now, if you have no money, this is when things get a little juicy, right? And so the problem with the SMS text blasting is I cannot just send a text out to someone saying, hey, this is Zach. I'm looking to buy your house cash. Looking to sell your house? ? I can't send that. With smsac.com, you can't do it because it's has to be compliant with the carriers. And it just won't work. But it's the best text you can possibly do, right?
Yeah.
Back in the good old days, I've said this story a million times. I used to have lead Sherpa for $500 a month and just go nuts. Click, 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 and just send thousands and thousands and thousands out unlimited. Those were the good days. I could do that. Now I can't because people like me were abusing it. Sorry, not sorry. We did very well with that. Now, looking back on it, what can I do now? Because no one's able to text that type of script anymore. Well, there's a thing. If I have my personal cell phone, I can personally text these people and say that, and it won't have a service carrier type thing. I can go to Google Voice and text that. Now, when I first talked about this, right, I wasn't the biggest explainer of it, so it was my bad. People used to send 1,000 texts in a day doing that. It doesn't work. And so the method I found works best for free SMS text blasting, we have in freelisting.com. We have the whole breakdown. I literally screen share and show how to do it. You got to send 5 an hour per line. So if I'm a personal cell phone and I have a Google Voice, 5 + 5, that's 10. I can send 10 texts out an hour. saying something like that. Now, I use ChatGPT to have a different script every single time, and I don't get hit as spam, and I'm good to go because every text is different, and I get a really good response rate. Now, 10 an hour times 12 hours is 120. 8 to 8. Usually the best time to be doing it. So guess what? I send 120 text out. That's over 3,000 a month. And for a good list, that's pretty dang good. And you can use whatever dang script you want. And the problem is, it's a little work, but no one is doing something like that. No one, especially on a larger scale. And so it's free, costs zero money at all, and you'll get wholesaling real estate deals. I promise you.
It's work.
But it's work. But what did I say in the beginning of this? I'm giving you strategies that require no cold calling at all, that land you wholesaling deals that cost no money at all. Your guru ain't going to be doing this. I actually, and I ain't no guru basher. No, I am a guru basher. I looked at 3 videos this year that talked about marketing from wholesaling gurus, and all of them, and I mean all of them, mentioned that if you're not spending at least $2,000 a month in marketing, you're lazy, you're a bum, and you're never going to become successful. And that was the biggest slap in the face for every 17, 18, 19-year-old, every single mom, every single dad, every single person who's just trying to get by and actually get into wholesaling to make a change in their life. It's the biggest slap in the face to say that. I didn't have that money. You didn't have that money starting out. I'd spend $2,000 a month. That's stupid. I'd spend on my rent, right? On the food, the things actually. And so the truth is, I'm giving you strategies. You're going to have to work hard, but you don't need money to become successful in this business.
That would wipe out 90% of the people starting in wholesaling. That would wipe out me. That would have wiped out you and a majority of the people watching this live stream. Listen, most people get into wholesaling to get out of a problem, not to create a new problem. And keep in mind, if you have to pay someone a ginormous fee just to get the information, and then you have to commit to a massive marketing budget, keep in mind, you don't even have the experience to talk to these sellers. So the way we teach it is the responsible way. Listen, I always tell you guys, I know you get tired of hearing it. I'm teaching you to run a wholesale marathon. If you want a sprinter, me and Zach are not your guys, because you're not going to make it on those short-term runs. Because if you can cut your teeth and get up to 5 deals the way we show you how to do it, you're going to be an incredible wholesaler because you have a skill set nobody can take away from you. Imagine when you start spending money on how you can, because you know all the objections, understand how the 3 mechanics of wholesaling works, and you'll be killer. Now, imagine if you get in brand new, just say you cut a check for someone, whatever the number is, 5, 10 grand. And then they go, man, you got to spend $3 to $5 grand a month. And then you say your phone starts ringing. You want to talk about pressure, man. Like, that's scary stuff. Now, some people can handle it. The majority of people, if they don't get a deal within 60 days, not only are they out of wholesaling business, they're in huge financial problems that's going to hurt their family, and they'll never do wholesaling again. So I'd rather do it the responsible way. I've watched it taught this way for the longest time. That stuff does work, but like, who has the money to do that every time? And honestly, it puts a lot of pressure, and it cuts most of you out of the loop of wholesaling. I started with nothing. He started with nothing. Most of the people he started with nothing. Why not? Is the American dream, is the ultimate sacrifice to do it. You shouldn't be priced out because you don't have 5 or 10 grand sitting on the sideline.
Exactly. And the truth of why a guru tells you got to spend at least $2,000 a month in marketing, because if you can't afford $2,000 a month in marketing, how are you going to afford the $12,000 boat program mastermind, right? That's the truth.
And it takes the pressure off of them, because then it's on you because you weren't successful with your marketing, or you didn't talk to a seller right.
Exactly. So guys, just avoid that. I'm telling you, just be careful with this. You're going to get ads before this video sometimes telling you, I spend $2,000 a month. Got to spend money, make money. It's ridiculous to me. I hate seeing that. It's like people, I see all these dads and they post about their kids being the next NBA prodigy, and they spend $4,000 a month on the nutrition, the training. And then you got this kid who's got no money but a basketball, and he just bounces it all day and practices, and he whoops their butt.
That's why
it's not $4,000 a month in the training and the prep. Kobe Bryant was in the gym by himself on the court, doing it himself. Like LeBron James had no money starting out for trainers and stretches and you look at all the greatest basketball players, like they didn't do that.
You can't start out like that in wholesaling, guys.
It's not how it works.
That's why I love fundamental sports, football, basketball, wrestling. Why? Because it's not about money. It's about whoever gets the fundamentals the best. And how do you do that? With a ton of repetition. Listen, if you started out wrestling and you hired the greatest Olympian wrestler, dude, you're not going to move any faster. And this is the same thing that happens in wholesaling. You've just got to learn the fundamentals, how to tackle, how to block, how to catch, how to pass. If you don't get the fundamentals, you can have Tom Brady teaching you. It doesn't matter because that skill set's never going to translate in your first year. And I want you to understand that. You've got to do the fundamentals. And if Tom Brady even instructed, he's like, listen, you're going to have to give me 400 hours of this and then come back and we'll have a conversation. It means I do the same thing. We just support you during that journey. And hopefully that analogy breaks through. I know not everyone's like the biggest sporting thing is, but like you don't need a superstar coach. You need to learn the fundamentals, and that's what we teach you here.
Exactly. And then the last example for my international people, Ronaldo and Messi, they did not do CO2 hyperbaric chamber tanks when they were 8. They were for the poorest of the poor because they just had a ball. That was all they needed. Like you don't need to spend all this money to become great. You don't. You got to work hard though.
You got to have a great attitude and you got to work hard.
So let's talk about the next one here. Now, let's get into some of the, okay, I'm not broke, but I ain't dropping this crazy money, right? I got $300, $400, $500 to maybe $1,000. Let's say that, right? Direct mail is an option. And for everyone watching this, maybe you're a guy. Okay, I get this all the time
or gal.
Maybe you're a realtor. You want to get into wholesaling, okay? You're making $250 a year, but you want to start just like you want to make $500,000 wholesaling, which is a lot of users do, by the way. And you don't want the BS of cold calling, all this stuff. I get it, right? Direct mail is going to be a good option. And so sending out postcards, so let's look at the scaling, right? I see most gurus say you got to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month in marketing, right? Let's say the guy is saying $2,000 a month or the gal. $2,000 a month in marketing. What are you going to do? You only got $2,000. I would be a big proponent if you've done some deals before cold calling and stuff. Direct mail is going to be your best option. Now, every guru and their mom, I can't make money off of you on direct mail, right? They can't. So they're like, well, we can't do this, right? We can't make money off of you. I can make a 30% commission or 50% commission on a PPL or PPC type service. The owners cold call me and they say, oh, Zach, if you promote our company, I'll give you half. I'm like, wait, so you're charging the guy $3,000 a month and I'm getting half? That's not good value for the person at all. I'm like, are you kidding me? I literally told the guy, I'm like, well, could you just give the guy, charge him $3,000 and give him $4,500 instead? And I don't get anything. He's like, we can't do that.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Because it doesn't give you an incentive to sell more. And I'm like, so you're telling me, and so I'm like, this is crazy. But the problem with PPC, PPL, and all these things, you're getting screwed up here. And for the poor guys that try their PPC by themselves and they're not on it every single day, one little issue, you're out $3 or $4,000. It's insane to me. And so I know guys, and I know I make fun of this, and there are guys and gals in SEO and PPC that are insane. Like they're coding every day. They're going through that. They're doing all this work. Mm-hmm. They're doing their own SEO and they're doing articles every. Hats off to them. Okay, like hats off to those guys. For the average person, no. I'm going to say no. Okay, and not worth it. Not even worth it, right? But those guys who do it, learn it, great. But I will tell you, direct mail is probably the best option for most people on here. And so I would say you send ROS postcards, not regular postcards. That's everyone that messages me and says direct mail sucks because they didn't do our postcard. We actually developed our own postcard that has the highest response rates in the industry. And it gets the best responses. So basically,
we don't share them with the gurus either because it works.
But here's the issue. And so the postcard's very specific. We just send offers on postcards. That's basically what it is. And there's a very certain way you have to answer the phones, and there's a very certain way you send it out. Now, I know everyone thinks I'm saying this to go sell them on something, right? Here's the problem. We used to just say, hey, order the postcard here and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you guys used to fail because you didn't know how to do the scripts and all these things. And I was like, okay, well, let's create a wholesaling. Let's do a course on direct mail and just give it out for free. And it went crazy. It's the biggest direct mail course in the country. And so every single course that talked about direct mail was about 7, 8, 9, 10 grand. And so basically what we did was we just created that course for free, just like freewholesaling.com, but it's direct mail. So it's a different clientele. It's a different type of wholesaler. And so it's more of a scaling upper level. But I will tell everyone you should just go to mailingmastery.com, even if you haven't made a dime in wholesaling, because there are recorded calls in freewholesaling.com that I don't share at all. There's recorded conversations I have with sellers, me actually closing sellers with the postcards and appointments and all these things. It actually is in there. And I don't think a lot of people know about that. So I would go to mailingmastery.com to learn about direct mail, actually see live calls of direct mail and all these things. If you are looking to kind of scale up a little more on there, but I've seen a lot of great success with it. So that is an option with no cold calling at all. Inbound leads, you can make money on. It's an option. It's not a must, but if you have some money, that's probably something I would steer towards.
And guys, it's not a course. We actually give you.
It is a course. It's free though.
It's free. And we give you instructions, and I give you my 21 years experience. There's nobody else in wholesaling that offers as much experience as I do and actually gives it out for free. And I show you real data, how it works. And what you guys got to understand, you got to pair the right list, the right methodology to answer the phone. And listen, a lot of people try to duplicate what I do. They're missing the entire point. Like, you don't understand. I have the experience and I want to show you how to do it. Check it out there. It works. Like it's like getting 21 years just given to you. The question is, are you going to take action with it? I love it. I've studied it. And here's what you guys are missing with direct mail. I want you to understand. When someone tells you direct mail sucks, it doesn't work, you better do some background check who you're getting information from, because it's usually somebody else has another course or they tried once and failed. Direct mail is not a one-time shot. Number two, with all the issues with compliancy and like getting your text through and like do not calls, direct mail is 100% free. And it's really becoming mainstream again because it works. Do you have to spend money? Yes. Is it a starter strategy? No. I'm the first to admit it. I didn't start with direct mail, but I tell you what, direct mail is a huge part of my business. And if you talk to any major wholesaler all over the country, most of their leads come from direct mail. Why? Because it works, it's scalable, and it's legal.
I love it. And so we could probably charge $3 grand for it and get someone to pay for it every day with the amount of followers we have, but we give it for free because I'm not a stupid wholesaling guru. Now, let's talk about the next one here. Now, if you got no money, this is a great one. Digital bandit signs. Oh, love digital bandit signs. It's basically a way of you putting bandit signs out over the internet. And it's kind of a newer method of us talking about it. Rick, I mean, you talk about when you first doing it in fishing forums in the early 2000s. Kind of changed the way you wholesale, right?
Yeah, no, I honestly, I just experimented it. I go, what do I got to lose? And I just, I kind of always did the comment, like I would make a comment about, hey, look at this fish I got. It's awesome. Everyone loves photos. And by the way, if you ever just need to sell your house quickly, give me a call. I'll make it painless. Fishermen are special people. And that was it. It was organic.
And they're all in Florida because they're fishing.
Yeah, and I get 10 or 12 people call me like, hey, and it just worked. I'm like, man, how can I find other groups and stuff? And this is before it was even mainstream. And I just kind of did it. And I kept it to myself for a super long time. And then I started posting other sites and it worked really well. And now here we are, fast forward today, there's more outlets for media with social media and everything like that. It works. And the reality is what happens is we're not harping on gurus here, but you guys go out and say, you need to do PPC, Facebook, all this stuff. And then you and me notice the trend. I'm like, man, these people are paying $5 grand a month and they're getting a lot of traffic. But when you outsource it, number one, you don't know what you're doing. And number two, you don't understand where the real money is. You're expecting everyone to give you a live phone call or click a form on a website. But what a lot of people do is they comment. And we found gold. Listen, we're going to get into that. I agree. But when you outsource something, you don't know what you're doing, people are going to take advantage of you. And I'm teaching you, me and Zach are teaching you these methods right now. You got people paying $5, $10 grand a month, and we're teaching you how to do it for free. And Don't make the mistake of thinking you can outsource this like everything else. Anything you outsource that you don't understand, you are going to get smoked on. I'm telling you, I've done it. I've been a victim, and I'm like, I live off of these. And the amount of people that go out there and outsource these, and typically you're going to survive 2 to 3 months because that's what the agreement's for. And then you're going to give up, and then you're going to come back to me and Zach, and you're going to start all over. Figure out how to do it the right way. It is not for everyone, but the way we teach it for it's everyone. But you got to take instruction, and you've got to do the work every day.
I agree. Digital bandit science. And so these are basically posts you can make with you can use AI. And whenever it says AI, they try to charge you like an AI course. When I say AI, you do it for free. ChatGPT, Bard AI with Google, right? You can do it yourself. And you can actually just ask the AI. I have all the prompts. You can literally copy and paste the prompts in freewholesaling.com, my free course. I'm going to get the link just so everyone knows on the bottom, freewholesaling.com. It's my free real estate wholesaling course. We have hundreds of thousands of active students. Be one of them. Now, you can go out here and just post it. And so like go to the AI and just say, make an ad on a Craigslist post in Louisiana or Southeast Louisiana saying me and my partner looking to buy 2 houses in the next 14 days. And I'll go create it. I'll have emojis. You don't have to have emojis, whatever you want. Now you can go to Facebook and go to like the good one, let's say the New Orleans Saints fan group, right? Or whatever, right?
It's a big group.
And I can be in there and maybe I'm a Saints fan or whatever, right? And I can post a picture.
What's their saying again?
Who dat?
Who dat?
And I can post a picture, maybe if I'm a Saints fan, of like me with a Saints hat. Like, hey, this is Zach. I'm excited for the draft or whatever. Also, if you're looking to sell your house or whatever, I'm looking to buy some too right before the draft or whatever, and just kind of get creative with it, kind of like you did with the fishing, and just do something stupid like that. Now, there's other ones. Like I used to look at some old ones, there's ones of people that literally just collect like sneakerheads for Houston. Guess what you can do? Maybe you can post a picture of a rare sneaker and be like, this is my favorite one I'm trying to get. Also, I am trying to also get some houses. So if you're looking to sell your house, let me know. And it's a group with, 50,000 people in it, and maybe 40,000 people see that. That's like a free ad. Digital bandit signs work really well, guys. Why I love bandit signs is I put a bandit sign out on a highway. It gets 5,000 looks in a day. With the internet, it gets 50,000 looks in an hour. So that's the power of this stuff that no guru talks about. There are people that copy what I do and they charge $2,000 for this. That's why I'm always a little salty over it. But like you can do it for free. It's a great way to get wholesaling deals.
And what about the comments?
Oh, bandit comments are a good one too.
Beautiful.
So I get a lot of trouble for this. I do practice what I preach. In our local market, there are people that pay like marketing people to do their SEO for them. They pay them to do the Facebook ads for them. And it's like, oh, this is Zach with Zach Home Solutions. If you're looking to sell your house, blah, 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 right? And then they post in our comments, right? What I do is I just comment on there and say, I'll pay more than him. And then I just put my phone number or I'll put a link to my website and I'll get inbound seller leads. We call them bandit comments, not digital bandit signs. But
you know why
it works? You just hijack the guy's post. It works because the guru that paid the marketing guy doesn't care. He took your $3,000. He posted the ad. He clicks post on the ad and doesn't look anymore. And you are getting thousands of people looking at that comment.
And nobody manages the comments. And it's like a blind man leading a blind man. And like, listen, if they don't click on the web form or they don't make a phone call, they make a comment. If nobody responds to that comment, why would you ever want to deal business with them? So when you see a comment in there, you can respond back to them, take it to a DM, and it works out wonderfully. And it's like, remember, that guy's paying $5,000 for that traffic. You're getting it for free. And the thing is, nobody minds the comments. Now, they've gotten cute. They try to turn off the comments. They found studies show when you turn off the comments, nobody thinks you're a legitimate business. So they have to leave them on. Guys, there's gold in this. If you've got time and you're searching online, which I know you're all doing, dude, the bandit comments just rock. You can actually put your name. You can put like a business and even like a DM or a phone number contact on there. It will sit on there for months. I'm telling you, and you just keep refreshing and putting up. And then when someone goes, hey, how quickly can you buy? That's when you got to take them, get them offline, get them to a DM and get them to a phone call. Bandit comments work. I know what you're saying. Isn't that illegal? That's not fair. Hey, listen,
It's legal.
it's fair capitalism. If you're that lazy
It's
to
a
throw
post.
money out there, it's a post.
It's a sponsored post.
Yeah.
So it's a post. You can comment on anyone's post. That's what Facebook's for.
Beautiful.
Duh. I don't care. It's the funniest part. And I used to do this for people. They'll try to sell a wholesaling course, and I'll just put, don't pay this guy. And I just put freewholesaling.com on. I got banned pretty quick. By the way, I do love you guys a lot. A lot of you guys do that. You see a guru post something, and you guys will literally put freewholesaling.com. You get banned in 5 seconds because it's bad for their business. So
yeah, I mean, just listen. If everyone just step up and provide more value and more information, we wouldn't be here. And that's it. That's why we do what we do. So
exactly. And so let's kind of talk about other lists, right? So when we're texting, if we're doing direct mail, reverse trading for dollars, anything, we gotta look at what gut list to do. Now, if you have no money, I am always going to tell everyone, I've said this forever, government lists, pre-foreclosures, water shutoffs, fire damaged properties, right? You can get the arrest records. You can get bail bondsman lists. They're technically not government lists, but technically you kind of see a bail bondsman put a lien on a house, credit card debt lien list, IRS debt lien list that go on and on forever. Probates are my personal favorite. But at freewholesaling.com, we teach you how to do these free type of lists. You can get free skip tracing at truepeoplesearch.com, cyberbackgroundchecks.com, and go talk to them, right? Or you can go pull like a vacant property list, or you can pull a high equity list, or any type of paid from like listari.com, zachdata.com, or dmzac.com. We like the paid list too. They work really well. But ultimately, like, you don't need a cold call to get wholesaling deals, right? What I'll tell everyone is avoid the guru pitch. And so for anyone looking to not cold call, I would avoid the SEO. I would avoid the PPC. I would avoid the Facebook ads, the radio, the TV ads, Novation course. Do not do it. That I know it's not cold calling, but it's $4,000 down the drain. You're not going to get back. Now, out of all of these, I would say, I'd probably say if you know what you're doing, SEO is probably your best bet if you do it by yourself and you're like a tech guy. But if you're not a tech guy and you don't know SEO and you don't even understand, if you don't even know what SEO stands for,
don't do it.
It's because the Google changes their SEO ranking formula every week. And so it's not worth it. The rest, no. Okay. So just be very careful. There's so many pitches out here. Don't cold call, do this instead. And you're going to be stuck. And the worst one I've personally seen are the people trying to sell like leads. And what I mean that is, oh, we do the SEO for you. We do this for you. And then we have a list of leads and we'll just sell them to you.
Does that even make sense to you?
No, it makes sense. I get what they do there. Here's the issue. Here's the main issue. Yes, it sounds good on paper, but then you get bidded up. You get sent bad leads. You get sent terrible leads, and you're paying $150 for a lead that the guy he just clicked the form wrong. Not good. Or you get a lot of these guys that will sell the same lead to multiple people. Say, oh, he just was on another list. There was another SEO guy. And I see a lot of those guys do that too, because they're there. That's all I could say. So I don't like it. I don't like it when they control it, because if you don't control the lead, you don't control the deal. And they'll send it out everywhere and follow up from you. And then, oh, these are the old leads, and I'll sell them again. Avoid it. I'm telling you, just be very, very careful about that. There's one company like that I've seen. They lost one of their biggest founders, or not founders, but like partners, because of something bad that happened on the company, which I have all the dirt. And they left because some bad stuff's happening, and gurus still promote them and all this stuff. It's crazy.
There's got to always be an investor in those companies.
If you don't control the lead yourself, you just got to be careful.
I just feel like, why not just cherry pick the cream of the crop and just sell the rest? I mean, that's the best business strategy, but it's the absolute worst for you. But like, you don't have any information on how much marketing they're doing, the quality of the company. Is there any integrity? Or like, they really selling leads blindly? Or like, okay, this guy spends more, give him a good one, or who knows
how it works.
I'm not taking the risk on that.
It's way too risky. And so now let's get into the part where you don't want to. This is the part you already watched the show. You get to hear me rant. Avoiding cold calling doesn't mean avoiding talking to sellers over the phones. I want you, if you have a fear of just talking to sellers over the phones, and you're watching this video, to avoid cold. No, if you text blast, if you do digital bandit signs. If you reverse traffic for dollars, do direct. You're going to have to talk to sellers over the phone. You're not avoiding that. You are not. Once you face the reality that any way you want to make money in wholesaling, you're going to have a conversation in front of a human being in person over the phone. You're going to have to do that. The point of avoiding cold calling is the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day on the phones because you want to do wholesaling deals instead, right? Love cold calling, but if you're trying to avoid it just so you don't have a conversation with someone, you'd be that guy that says, "Oh, I'm here to go out here and I'm going to close over the phone, over text, and I'm going to text the seller instead and text my cat by."
Yeah,
no, not going to do well.
it's not going to work.
So you got to talk to sellers. You have to if you want to get rich and successful in wholesaling real estate. And remember, guys, we have a free wholesaling course. It is called freewholesaling.com. So let's kind of answer some questions you guys have here. First, we get a word from our sponsor. We just got a lawyer. He actually sponsored us. He just paid us for a
You
30
took
second.
a sponsorship?
We took a 1 minute sponsorship ad for the end of this.
Just bear through it, guys.
And you know, it's a good lawyer, and you know, there's just a lot of people affected from you guys, and he wanted to have a conversation and have a message for us. So let's go do that.
Hello, hi, Zach Goodman here. Have you or family been affected by a real estate wholesaling guru charging you $7,000 to learn wholesaling real estate when you could absolutely learn it for free? If you have been scammed tens of thousands of dollars from a wholesaling real estate mastermind, I want to help you. If your real estate wholesaling guru is bald or fat, you could be entitled to extra compensation. If you go right now to freewholesaling.com, you'll get the tools and compensation needed of a $7,000 wholesaling real estate course absolutely for free. As someone that is not an actual lawyer, that's the best I can do. I can give you a free wholesaling real estate course. So go to freewholesaling.com and better call Zach.
All righty. So we got that. We just got a nice sponsorship there. So call them up. Go to freewholesaling.com for your compensation. So, you know, yeah, that's all I can say. So let's talk. Let's answer some questions you guys have about wholesaling real estate, and let's get it going. So, guys, remember, if you do have some deals, send them over to sellmypaper.com. I want to make some money wholesaling some more houses from sellmypaper.com. Love that. And also, for anyone that sends me a wholesaling deal and we close it and we make money, we got some great closings coming on this month.
Now we got a bunch of people coming in.
Or
Cool.
wholesaling, not wholesale, it's wholesaling. The wholesaling accelerator events, actually, you can join it for free. It's pretty cool. So let me write it the right way. There we go. I don't want to get any issues there. The Wholesaling Accelerator, we're going to have a live event in Dallas, Texas. You can literally go there for free from sending me a deal at sellmypaper.com. Hop on, talk to me and Rick, and go from there. Or if you just want to click it and get a ticket to it, you just go to fliplerplus.com. But I encourage everyone to send me a wholesaling deal. I will tell you now that if we have a deal, because what is it? We're in February now, right?
Mm-hmm.
March, April. So, you know, we get the deal. Let's say you have a 2-month delay on the deal. Like, you got to kind of start submitting the deals now. Probably next month is probably going to be the cutoff if you want to go to the event for free, because we gotta get the deal closed. I need a check in my hand before I give you the free ticket. It's very, very, very expensive to hold an event. But for anyone that's done a JV deal with me, I just want to reward you, help you guys out. So check it out. And, yeah, appreciate it. So let's answer some questions. Obviously, we're going to do some wholesaling one-on-ones today too. Let's get into it. So, hey, you know, I've seen the most people hurt from those type of people. So that's why the guy said that. So youngest lawyer I've ever saw. All right. So
Guys,
I'm not a lawyer.
It's just, if you guys can't just have fun with stuff, man, it's just fun.
I'm telling you, if you ever watch Better Call Saul is one of my favorite TV shows. I absolutely love it.
Great script.
I love their mesothelioma. Has everyone been messed up with that? I was like, there's a lot of people have been affected from gurus, and they go to Freels and die. So all right, let's get into this. Let's answer this. So we got a good question here. It says, do you recommend professional VAs? I don't know what you mean by that. If you mean like a service, no. Get your own VAs, make it a real company, and go from there. Let's see here. Valentine says that's the cool part of business. There's many options. Yes, there's so many options getting wholesaling real estate. Love seeing that. Manny says, question about Flipper Plus. Do you have an option of signing up for a year instead of month to month? No, because once you get in, you lock in the price. The issue is it just stays at the month to month because we're going to increase the price every year. So the point of Flipboard Plus is we're going to increase the price where the price is so high that you just got to send me JV deals instead, because it is cheaper right now just to go to flipboardplus.com right now than to send me part of your deal. Because if you send me a $20,000 deal, you're going to be paying me 5 figures just to join Flipboard Plus. So people just do the cheaper option. But we're going to keep increasing the prices. But if you sign up there, the price stays the same forever.
Plus, you know, you're getting value with me. If I'm putting my money where my mouth is month to month, all the other people give me a giant chunk of change. And if you're disappointed, there's no, you have no options. And it's the opposite with me. Very few people ever leave our group when they come in because they know the value of networking with us, answering DMs, and showing 4 times a week and going to 2 live events. I can't make the path to success in wholesaling any easier than Flip with Rick Plus.
Another Flip with Rick Plus question. What's up, Zach and Rick? Going to join Flip with Rick Plus. Awesome, man. How much do one-on-one do you guys offer? So I want you to understand this. I make a lot of money. Rick makes a lot of money. It's not the best thing for me to go do 100, probably 300 individual Zooms every single day with someone. That's ridiculous to me. Flipboard Plus is designed for people that do JV deals with us. And so I'm not going to be the guy, I will promise you this, that is going to promise you one-on-one, because it'd be like you do 15 JV deals with me. I'll do that. Right. It's not that. So what we do with Flipboard Plus is you do live events, which we post it for free. So the information is the same on the one-on-ones, FYI. Right. So basically, you'll be in a room with hundreds of other wholesalers in Flipboard Plus. We have our events. We do extended live streams. So after this live stream, we actually go for an extra hour and we just talk to people one-on-one even more. And we just help them out, their journeys. They can message me, do that. I don't do one-on-ones. I never have, I never will. Just not worth my time. But you'll be in a group with Flipboard Plus is, the point of Flipboard Plus is you're in a group of people that actually did JV deals with me. You're in a group of people that joined Flipboard Plus. And the point is, you're going to be in a Zoom, and when you go to the events, you're going to be in a room with people that are making hundreds of thousands and people are making millions of dollars wholesaling real estate. You network with those guys. Like, those guys are going to help you out, not just me. And that's the point, right? I'm not a wholesaling coach. Okay, that's one thing. So, Flipboard Plus is you can be in a room or a Zoom, or you can message, and you can just get in front of these people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, virtual wholesaling, direct mail, whatever it is. And you get in front of those people and they can help you and they can call you one-on-one. They're going to do deals with you too. Right. And so that's the point. So yeah,
I'll even take it a step further. I'm here to tell you one-on-one coaching and wholesaling doesn't work for the same reason why Tom Brady shouldn't be coaching someone who's brand new to a sporting event. It doesn't work. It doesn't serve you. And think about this. If somebody took you one-on-one, most likely they're not qualified in wholesaling. They're just taking the money. Why? I'd have to give up so much time for one person. 6 figures wouldn't even cover the cost of the energy and time I have to put into it. So I'll let you know, if anyone who takes you on one-on-one wholesaling, I highly doubt they're qualified to be teaching it to you. They're probably just taking the money, because someone who knows the value of their time and their expertise would never, ever give up one-on-one wholesaling. Now, if I did 2 or 3 deals and you offer me $1,000 to do one-on-one, those people would jump all over it. And those are the ones that we're having problems with. So understand, you get value with the community and the support with what we do. And we're going to teach you the fundamentals of wholesaling. And then we grow you each month. And then when you come to the live event, you already know everybody. We already have a plan of action. And then you can really put the feet to the fire. And then the one-on-ones, you do get some one-on-one time just naturally and organically. And then we do things, we grab a bite to eat and stuff like that. We focus on wholesaling. I'm not here to entertain you or impress you. It's to make you effective. Remember, I speak to express, not to impress. And that's the difference of our groups compared to other ones that are out there. So don't do one-on-one, guys, in wholesaling. It means you're getting someone that does not have the experience that's going to get you where you need to, because they're going to overtalk you and they're not going to teach you the fundamentals. It's going to frustrate you.
So I'm telling you guys, there's no one-on-ones on here. The point is, it's a community where you get other 6-figure wholesalers. it's better to talk to 15 guys that are making 6 figures to $1 million than just one of me or Rick's, because it's way more powerful. And so just FYI, guys, no, we don't do that. But yeah, just send me a JV deal then. If you're asking all these questions, just send me a JV deal and then you get it for free, and then you don't have to complain or ask questions. That's the truth. Rin says, hello, Rick and Zach. When mailing letters, do we put our names or business names? I put personal name on any letter postcard.
Personal. Nobody cares
Sounds
about
way
your
better.
company. It's just the more personal, the better rate of getting it open and engaging your prospect. So I would go with the personal. That's what I do.
Exactly. Lee Land says, hi, first time joining the live. What's up? Not sure how this works if you communicate with the chat. So if you really want to get into wholesale real estate, I'm struggling with contract and legalities. Now, here's the funny part. Okay. I have this conversation with a lot of people. There's people in Flipbook Plus I have this conversation with.
Yeah.
I have people that join Flipbook Plus because they think it's like Zach's going to hold my hand and do everything for me. I get people say, oh, how do contracts work? Now, I'm not going to sit on a Zoom with you for 45 minutes and explain contracts. I'm just being honest. My time's better spent. Like I had one with Aaron was on there and he's just like, I got this deal in Arizona, 15 acres, right? What do I do? That's way better because that's a very unique situation. And did you get it closed?
He sold it.
Yeah,
so
he made
it's
like
not-
15
yeah.
grand on it. And because like
Yeah,
we try to help him out. It's not all us, but like that's a situation where we can kind of help him out, right? Because that's a weird, what is it, 10 acres in the middle of nowhere in
Middle of nowhere.
Arizona. I'm like, all right, well, here's how I
You want to
dispo
hear
and
why
boom,
somebody
boom.
bought it?
Why?
To put an antenna, one of those antennas.
I know.
And so like because I didn't even know this existed. What happens is when we push you to do the work, remember we always talk to do the work? That's where you learn. It like listen, I can sit there and teach you to
36 acres.
Yeah. So when you do it, like stuff fires off in your brains, chemicals go off and go, crap, I can do this. Your confidence explodes. If me and Zach sit here and do everything for you, you're never going to learn. It's like if I taught you to ride a bike, at some point I got to let go of the bike. And some of these conversations are unpleasant and they're conversations you guys need. So here's a couple. If you are struggling with legalities and contracts, go see your title company like we teach you in freewholesaling.com and get advice. I'm not here to give you legal advice. I'm here to teach you how to contact, locate, and close motivated sellers. I am not a lawyer.
yeah.
So if you're struggling with that, just go talk to your title company, go through the paperwork. That's just the mechanic, the transactional part of wholesaling. And that alone is not going to make you a lot of money. You need to know it. Don't get me wrong. But you need to learn how to engage, connect, and actually close motivated sellers. And that's what we teach at Flip with Rick Plus and freewholesaling.com.
So if you're struggling with contracts, go to freewholesaling.com. You clearly haven't been on there, which is fine. You just got to go through it. I'm just being honest with you. So we like helping people out. So let's see here. Cole says, how much is Flipbook Plus? Flipbook Plus is exactly one JV deal sent to me. So if you're questioning about the price, just send me this is why once we get to a certain point in Flipbook Plus, I'm just going to have people that only send me JV deals. Cause if you have a question, just literally get it it's free.
There's no exploratory call.
No, either you send me a deal or you pay for it.
Yeah, you click on there, it explains the
deal
whole
with
thing.
it. The only reason we have a paid section is because there's certain areas I don't JV in. So I'm trying to help those people out and give them an option. And so that's the point. So yeah, if you want a question there, you're good to go. But yeah, we do increase the price every event we do. So it used to be $99 a month. And then we added a sign up fee on there because people would just sign up and then they would cancel and then they'd sign up for the event and then they cancel. And I'm like, all right,
we just don't have time.
So we just put we put a upfront fee on there. And then we're probably going to increase the price right before the event again. And then we're going to keep increasing prices until it costs the same amount to send me a JV deal than it is to pay for it, which the average JV deal is going to be 15, right? Yeah, 12, let's say. We'll bring it up to $4,000. I don't care.
Beyond a bargain to anybody else puts it out there.
But I want to make $7-8,000, and then you're in Flipbook Plus off a JV deal. That's the point.
Our success rates
I don't do
the roof on Flip with Rick Plus.
So,
but remember, start at freewholesaling.com. I give you everything there. The only difference in Flip with Rick Plus is it's
a pyramid scheme. I go to freewholesaling.com.
Yeah.
I get you to lock up a deal you're going to make $40,000 on.
Yeah.
I split the deal with you. Now you can flip the plus, making more money, and I make part of
Yeah,
that deal. And
that's-
it's awesome.
Ask any other guru to do that for you. Like, it's never going to happen. They got to guard their time. They tell you. I put my money where my mouth is on it. You know how many students we partner up with? It's incredible, and I love it. And the more people I teach the fundamentals of wholesaling, the more deals I get, and the more money you guys make, and the more opportunity we grow together. That's what relationships are founded on. I'm not into this. Hit me with a giant fee. You take all the risk. I take most of the risk for you. You just have to take the action. I can't make you do it. I can only inspire you to do it.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, look. How do I get a free wholesale contract? Go to freewholesaling.com.
Yeah, you're not going to get far.
I don't know what to say here. Like, if you're struggling, if you're watching this entire video and you don't understand where my free wholesaling course is, it's gonna be very hard for you to get a deal. I'm just being honest. Like,
you kind of have to
need
do
some
work, guys. Like,
there's some common sense needed. Reicher says, do you still use the singing DJ at the beginning of your video? So bad news. Basically, we got permission from the guy to go put it on our thing, and we had to edit the video, and we got permission. Then he sold his entire music catalog, and the person that owns, so you can sell music catalogs. This is kind of crazy. So every single time someone uses his song, the guy paid the artist for his whole catalog, which means basically anytime someone uses that song, he got the rights to it, and he can start paying. And we had to pay him, and he's like, "Oh, you got to pay us." I'm like, "This huge corporation." I'm like, "No way." But I'm not paying you $100 every time the song gets sent. So we just cut it off. He was a nice guy, but he sold his catalog.
Yeah.
Business moved from him. I get it. But it
worked. It was a good partnership when we had it going. So if not, you just hear me and Zach screaming now. So
yeah, have fun. So let's do some one-on-ones here and help you out. So Jamie, what's up, man? Mr.
Hey.
Chat.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
I'm good, man. Do you see his post on Wholesaling House for real?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I commented on it.
Yeah, dude. Yes, I saw that comment, and I was trying not to freak out like a little girl. I was trying to keep my composure.
Yeah.
I try to find the wins in there because I know how hard you guys fight, and I don't comment on where's how do I find a contract? I'm like, this guy's never gonna make it. Like, so I love when you guys post those, but and everybody knows me and Zach don't pick up the phone and go, Jamie, can you put a post in there? Because I need to get more traffic on my Facebook group. Like, we don't do it. Everything we do in there is organic. Our biggest challenge is trying to get rid of all the spammers. Oh my God. So
I could understand that.
We appreciate your post, but like, we don't ask him. He just does it as usually like, you know what? I feel obligated because these guys kind of help me out, and why not, dude? You deserve the credit. So that was an amazing job.
I really appreciate it, man. I really meant it. Like, I genuinely, I posted because I wanted to really thank. I mean, it's cool that I get to thank you guys somewhat in person now too, just because like it has been so much opportunity. You know, like, you guys aren't hand holding anyone, but I'm like, this level of information and really good information, I'm like, it's invaluable. So I really appreciate it.
Awesome. So how much did you make?
9,975, almost 10. It was the wire fee that got me.
But see, he's honest.
That's fine, man.
Most people go, I made $50,000. I had $46,000 in rehab.
So explain it to everyone watching this. It's like, what did you do? How did you get the deal? What get us the information? I'm curious.
Yeah. So I was it was a pre-foreclosure list pulled from. It took me actually a really, really long time to be able to pull pre-foreclosures from my county. And then put them in circuit and reverse drive for dollars, sticky note. This lady had been approached by a bunch of different people, and for some reason decided to talk to me, and it was a pretty cool full circle moment. She was really, really nervous. Like, she didn't want anyone in the house. Was super embarrassed. Didn't even want me to take pictures in the beginning. I'm like, look, you know, kind of like walked her through my process, and then, so it was her husband had passed away. She basically was losing everything. It was like, was going to lose the house too. And at closing, she made this comment. She was like, my husband died in this house, and I was prepared to die in this house. Like, she was ready to, like,
wow,
to give up. And so, like, was telling the title company, but it was like, you know, like, it's all thanks to this guy, and that she was able to walk away with 15. I walked away with 10, and the flipper stands to make about 40. So wow, it was a really, really cool win-win-win.
Hey,
That's a win-win-win.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how all wholesaling deals should go.
Yeah.
And I mean, great job. Listen, I know pulling these lists, guys, it ain't the easiest thing. And that's why I say, overcome resistance with persistence. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it.
Yeah.
And like you're living proof of it. You just gotta, but like once you figure it out, like, okay, now I know how to do it. It's like, it's kind of like digging for gold. Someone gives you a map and you're like, okay, I'm getting nowhere. I keep digging. Like I got to hit that gold bar at some point.
Yeah.
And most people just stop. They get 4 feet in. They go, it's just too hard. I don't want to do it. Anything worthwhile in life is going to be hard. And you know what? When stuff comes to you easy, it's just a gift from God and you take it. But the problem is, I think a lot of us set our expectations. Everything should be easy. Most people I talk to like, oh, the list is so hard. She said no. I'm like, I told you they're going to say no. But once I try to tell people, once you pave that path, it should be much easier the next time. And it gets a little bit easier. And then as soon as you think it's easy, then like an employee changes or they change the website and you got to like do it all over again. It's like, and you just got to keep fighting. Guys, 21 years, I have fought diligently. The first 7 years, I don't think a person gave me the time of day. And you're right now in the part of it where nobody's giving you credit for what you do. And like, you just kind of feel like undeserved. It just welcome to wholesaling, man.
Yeah,
but after a while, your actions will speak so much louder than any words you do. So guys, I love when you post the checks to do it. I think you're in the right group. You're in a safe spot to do it. But like outside of that, like keep your wins inside, take care of the like ones you love, and then just show people what you're made of. Like we're in a society where everybody talks about it. I love wholesaling because to me, it gave me the freedom. It actually gave him the freedom. And if I didn't take that risk and go pull that first code violation list, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah.
Think of the chain reaction that's happened from the time I made a decision at 33 to where I am now. It just blows my mind away. So I'm like goosebumps thinking about it. I'm really proud of you. And now you have a blueprint to really go, hey, listen, my hard work's going to pay off. Now I got to keep the steady the course and keep at it.
Yeah, dude. The proof of concept, like when I did this next round of pulling pre-foreclosures and code violations and in a couple different counties, it's actually a little bit, it's kind of fun to go through all the data and try to figure out like who's who and what's going on and who's upside down. And like that, it gets a lot more fun when I have at least a little bit of proof of concept.
No, that's amazing, man.
I love it. So you have any questions? You're hopped on here today. So
I wanted to ask you guys. I have another one under contract. So since then, I've got another one that's assigned, but it hasn't been closed yet. And then another one that I have under contract that isn't assigned yet. That I submitted it to sell my paper, but I know you guys get a lot of deals, and I don't know if it'd be something that you guys would work with or not. But the one that I submitted, it's pretty complicated. My title company just emailed yesterday. It's been under contract for a while because the lady died without a will.
Yeah.
And so then her grandson's been living in the house for a few years now. I can't remember exactly how many years, but he's like, I'm the one that's been paying the bills. Like I've been doing all this stuff. My question was, number one, if there's any, like I'm asking my title company, like, is there anything that I can do to help you guys? Like, but I didn't know if y'all have dealt with no will type of stuff. And if there's anything that I can do.
So it is complicated. There's no way around it. You said is the grandson living in the house?
Correct. Yeah.
And he's the one that you're engaging, correct?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's like claiming ownership because he's like, no one else has had any interest. No one else has paid bills.
Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work that way.
Right.
So
yeah.
Is he giving you a good deal on it? Meaning like, what's the ARV and what's the contract price?
I'm thinking that the AR, I mean, it honestly depends on what you take it to, obviously, but my guesstimate at ARV is like 130, and I have it under contract for 29. But it needs a lot. I mean, it needs a decent amount of work.
Like, how much work roughly?
I would guess you could get it to rent grade with about 40, 45 maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it might need a tighter number because the problem is someone's got to put forth the legal work.
Yeah.
And you also run the risk of, here's the problem, it's the unknown. People
Right.
come out of the woodworks and cousins and third cousins make claim to it. Guys, there's a little trick lawyers do. Whenever someone files a probate, when there's like no actual will, they have this marketing scheme where they send out postcards, very creative. A third-party company does this for them. And they send out a postcard, go, listen, you might be entitled to money from this house. Call me. And they make them sign a retainer, and then they hunt. And then these people come out of the woodworks that have never known the family or anything like that. And without a will, they get more of a leadway for a claim to it. So what I'm telling you is it has to be a large profit margin because it's extensive legal work, and people have to be extremely realistic on what they're going to get for it. So the 29 might not work because you might have $10,000 of legal work to do in it, and you would have to take it off on that.
Yeah.
Also, someone's got to front the money for like the legal bill to file all this paperwork. And if it doesn't work out, you eat it. So we have to assess the risk and the reward. So we'll take a look at it. It is more than your average property. Now there are things it needs. So he's living in it, needing that amount of work in it. Yeah.
I mean, I've been rose colored glasses on repair costs in the past, which is so I'm trying to be like, get slightly like Zach's been talking or in a video a little while ago. He's like, when he's doing these deals, he's like, more on the pessimistic side of things. And so
it's a little,
that's why we have the chart, the little chart of Philip.com. And it's skewed a little more than it should be. So you can't be optimistic with it.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at it. You would have more options if the house didn't need a ton of rehab.
Right.
You could actually control it while you work through it, because me and him do it all the time. But like, you always got, like, nobody wants to put 30, 40 grand if they don't have clean title. It's
right. And that was going to be my question, was like, how do I market this to cash buyers? And I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know what title work's going to, like, I have no idea.
You can't. Don't waste your effort, because until you have a clear path to title, you don't have anything to market. Like, nobody wants to buy a problem.
Okay, so that was my question. I'm like, surely there's got to be a way. I'm like, well, frick, I guess there is.
How long ago did you submit it?
I just submitted it this last week. This week.
What state is that in?
Indiana, northern.
All right,
we'll take a look at it. It's just
Jamie's name would be on it.
Yeah, those are a little bit complicated, but we'll figure it out. So we always remember, wholesaling is all about the risk reward. Now, if that house was in good shape, you could give them some money to get control of the deed, and then have the renter pay for the legal bill. Excellent strategy. But like, if it's not rentable and it's in rough shape, we're just kind of stuck. And I think he's going to have to come way down his number. Anyone's going to take the risk on that, because on those, usually if they get 3 to 5 grand and they can walk away from it, that's about it. Like, it just, because he doesn't want to take the risk either.
Yeah.
So he can claim ownership till he turns blue, but the fact is, he paying the taxes on it?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, but that's just, they've got to file a probate, they've got to announce it to the world, and then you got to see who's going to come out and attack from the other side. So we'll take a look at it and see what we can do. It's a little bit more complicated than an internet conversation here. So
yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries at all.
Listen, I love what you're doing. Just keep doing it, because like you dug that first hole and not knowing where the bottom was, and we told you you'd be there. I just don't know how deep you got to go, and you hit it, and now you're getting repetition success. And those types of deals with cloudy title, you want to find those. We can't solve every problem every time. But I would definitely keep engaged with that. There's going to be a way or a will to, we'll figure it out, or it dies. Yeah. And you got to understand, a realtor, any other wholesaler, they would have no idea what to do with it. I used to take these deals all the time from wholesalers. Like, I can't make a buck on it right now. Will you take it? They didn't even ask for any money. They're like, just take it. Now, if it took me 6 months to a year, I made 30, 40 grand. I used to take 5 to 10 of those a year, just like that.
Yeah, remember, they're just kind of working in the background and doing
they're transactional. I need to make money now. Remember, I teach you how to run a marathon. We teach you how to run a marathon. Sprinters just run to the money. You will run out of gas doing that.
Yep.
I love to make a quick buck. We all do. But the reality is, anything worthwhile usually takes time and effort, and wholesaling is no different. So just keep what you're doing. I'm very proud of you. It's awesome.
We love seeing it.
Appreciate it, guys.
It's the upward spiral, man. You got that deal done. Now you got another deal in the contract. And the point is, just keep working on it, and you'll be, I'm getting 2 deals a month. Now 3. Then just Start now.
Jamie gets it, guys. You got to take his work ethic. This is the part I can't give to you. That's why I give you all the information away for free, because you're going to have to step up. And people like Jamie to do it, I don't even doubt their success.
Come
But
on,
if you're
guys.
gonna like
How much did it charge you to talk to us today and get that first deal?
Absolutely for free.
Nothing. That's it. So go out here and use that free money.
it works.
That money you would have paid a guru into your marketing or whatever, and just start making some more money, man. Proud of you.
Awesome. man.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Oh, love to see that. I just honestly makes my day to see somebody that we've taught for free to get successful and everything like that. And there's a million Jamies out here that don't post about it.
Yeah.
But the ones that do, I do encourage everyone, go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. Go to the Facebook group. There's 132,000 people in there. If you have a win, show it off. It inspires people and gets them to keep going. Yeah, we're excited about that. Guys, if you got like what we're doing, like what we're talking about, go to freewholesaling.com. It's our free real estate wholesaling course. If not, send me a JV deal. We're going to do the extended live stream now inside of Flipbook Plus. And we'll see you soon. This is Zach signing out.
Rick signing out.
Have a